Streams
You
live.
are live. Oh, intro. One sec.
Amen.
Oh, it stopped.
Amen. You thought it's stupid for a wise man. For know it all like yourself. You should have known that I should have covered that tracks. Amen. You thought it's stupid for a wise man. Go ahead and try me. Go ahead and try me. Go ahead and try me. Go ahead and try me.
Good boy, double bass, Rika.
Yep. Let's go.
Hello?
Yeah, we ready to roll? Let's go.
On my screen just went funny there for a second.
Okay.
So it's just my side. I just can't see anything. 1 second.
Technicals. All good.
All right. Well, while I work that out, anyway, welcome to Don't Trip. It's a football podcast focused on football, grown opinions, grown people. Sometimes sound like we're arguing, but we're definitely debating. I believe, anyway. I hope so. And I'm your host, JR. I just want to go round and give a quick introduction to everyone. So you might as well start on the right of me, Mr. Renz.
Evening.
Cool. And on the left of myself, Mr. Trim.
Namaste.
Yeah, what he said. Whatever he said. Cool. So, so first of all, I'm going to quickly just do something with my screen because it's I can't see anything. So I'm going to leave the studio and come back in. Apologies.
No worries, man. It's all good. How you been, my bro? You
I've
good,
been blessed,
Renz?
man. I'm
How was the
blessed, man.
weekend and that?
The weekend was hectic. It was hectic, but yeah, Arsenal won, Liverpool
Okay.
won. You get me? Liverpool's top of the table.
Yeah. I don't know for how long, but yeah.
Best
We'll make
defense
them
in the league.
say what?
Best defense in the league.
Yeah, but we ain't played no one yet.
He played all the people to get 15 points, 6 games, 5 games, 1 win, 1
Yeah.
defeat. Top of the league. 1
It'll
goal
even out.
conceded.
I think it'll even out. So we'll see how it
Okay.
goes.
Okay, well,
Okay.
boys, you got to enjoy it while it's there. Do you get what I'm saying?
There you go.
Absolutely. I'm
Can you see
gonna
me?
ride it till the wheels fall off, man.
Can everyone see me?
Yep.
Yes,
Wicked.
my
I can
bro.
see my screen. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so today we'll be discussing some key points. First of all, starting with a weekly roundup, looking at all the scores from the weekend. And then we'll be going on to a few other topics, but we might as well start with what's the scores on the doors. All right, cool. So let's have a look at what the Premier League roundup looks like.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No worries.
I'm new, everybody. I'm new on the buttons. Yeah, so we will be improving on the smoothness of the show. But yeah, all good.
Cool. All right, I'm just going to go look at the recent results.
Yep.
Cool. So if I start from back to front, we're going to start on Saturday. We started off with a nice win from Liverpool, 2-1 against Wolves, and then a 1-0 against Fulham, which was good form. A surprising for Everton, the 2-1 versus Crystal Palace, and a 4-2 win for Chelsea against Brighton, which means Brighton is one of the teams that used to have a perfect record. They hadn't lost a game, but now they've lost. Brentford 1-1 against West Ham. Sounds exciting. But they broke another record there, but we'll get back onto that in a bit. Arsenal with a dramatic 4-2 winner, and Newcastle taking points off Man City, which was beautiful for everyone. And then there was Ipswich playing against Aston Villa and got a 2-2, which was remarkable, seeing as Aston Villa were clear favourites, but they managed to, and they weren't a goal behind. So they managed to do that. And then the mighty Man U managed to lose at home 3-0 to the bottlers of all bottlers. And I'm not talking about, packaging. I'm talking about Spurs. So that is the roundup. Oh, actually, the final roundup was Bournemouth against Southampton. Bournemouth won 3-1 against Southampton, who are looking like one of the firm favourites to get relegated. So cool. And before we move on to the next topic, does anyone have anything to say about the roundup?
Well, we was just prior to you coming on, we was just speaking about Liverpool being top of the league and having the best defense in the league. So it's spicy. Everyone was talking about Man City and Arsenal. And as I was saying outside of the pod, that Liverpool are going to be up there. Liverpool will be there. There's no
We've
doubt
got a
about
Liverpool fan here. What do you think?
I think it's still new. I'm very happy with where we're at the moment. I think we're gonna discuss it very soon. But yeah, I just think to myself, we just gotta take it game by game at the moment because I don't know what to expect from this manager. I think it's fair that if we speak about other teams and maybe they've had their managers for at least a season, we can say, oh, okay, then, well, this is what we used to, or this is probably what's going to happen. But at the moment, for me, it's all like tasting new food.
it. I hear that. I remember when Chelsea got the new manager and Conte won the league the first year. So
yeah, so it's possible. It's possible. So Conte was Chelsea's manager.
Yeah, Conte was Chelsea's manager. And famously, he lost to Arsenal and then changed his formation and then won the league. But it shows how those tweaks can make a massive difference. And really moving on to Chelsea, who's the next topic, with their new manager, are they turning a corner? Now, I have my own opinion. It'd be interesting to hear what everybody else has to say about Chelsea turning a corner.
Okay, I'll go first. I think that Maresca's done a very, very good job. He's what is it? Four wins, one draw. Is it 4 wins and 1 draw? No, they lost the game, didn't they, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think that at the beginning of the season, a lot of Chelsea fans were having anxiety about what was going to happen. I don't think that they would have ever dreamed of being in this position at the moment. I think that they would have expected a little bit more of what happened last season, and then at some point, they, which is what happened which I believe is happening at the moment, where they start to see some form of success. But yeah, I don't think they expected it this soon. I think he's done really well, and would they have been able to do it without? Well, arguably, I think he's the best player in the Premiership at the moment. We're talking about Cole Palmer. I think he's phenomenal. I genuinely think he's the best footballer in the Premiership at the moment. What do you guys think?
Ren, do you want to go?
On the question of Cole Palmer, I don't think he's
Yeah,
the
and
best
then
in the Premier
and then
League. I don't think so. I wouldn't say so.
okay.
Me personally, he's a
Who would you say?
top player. Who would I say is the best player in the Premier League right now? I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to me on that question because it
Okay,
seemed like
cool.
you thought about that. Yeah, but on on Chelsea,
Yes.
them as a whole, um, they've surprised me from the way they were playing last season and the way they've started the season. Yeah, they're doing really well. I'm really impressed. This manager's even got Nicholas Jackson firing. Like, so it's pretty impressive. Like with the amount of players they had as well, and for him to narrow it down and select the players that are right for each game. He's doing all right, man. And putting in Jadon Sancho, I think that was a good move by him. A good move. He looks pretty good down the left wing.
Don't you think that don't you think that so you were saying that you've got Jackson scoring, but Jackson scored a lot of goals last season.
Do you know what it was? Maybe it was the amount that he missed that made me feel that he didn't score that much goals. Like
He was
no,
some Nunes stuff. He was
he's a blue
missing a lot.
Nunes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean
So
to diss you, my bro, but it's like
it is what it is. But
it
yeah,
is what
no,
it is.
Chelsea have been pretty impressive, and you know what? I think like with their squad, they've got a lot of players that are like fighting to be in that first team. So I think that there's a lot of motivation, individual motivation, and then collectively for them to do well.
Cool.
I'm
But
gonna say
yeah,
something.
sorry.
I was
Go on.
gonna say I'm gonna say something different. I think they're I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm still not impressed by Chelsea, if I'm being honest. Like I think they're doing okay. I think they're doing decent, but you have to really put it into context. Like the only game they've lost this season, well, not the only game, but the only team they've lost in the Premier League this season is to Man City, which is a team they're meant to lose to, right? In principle.
Agreed.
But the teams they beat. I'm looking at the results, right? So they lost 2-0 to Man City. They
Yeah.
beat Servette 2-0. They beat Wolverhampton Wanderers, right? 6-2,
Yeah.
which was a brilliant scoreline. But Wolverhampton Wanderers are rock bottom, right? So we're putting that into context.
Yeah.
They lost to Servette the next game. Like, I don't know a player that plays for them. And then they drew to Crystal Palace, who are also doing poorly this season. They beat Bournemouth 1-0, right? Which is, you know, and when I look at the game as well, like Bournemouth had chances to score. They beat
Yeah.
West, who are doing terrible. They beat Barrow. And the last game when they beat Brighton is probably the only game that I was like, actually, do you know what? Maybe they have turned the corner because they beat a team not as experienced manager or whatever, but they beat a team that is, a respectable team, gives them always a headache, gives all the top teams headache, and they were challenging for the top spot, and they're in good form. So that I can say, cool, I understand. So if we use Liverpool, which we'll come to talk on the next thing as an example anyway, but
Yeah.
they've dispatched of all the teams they're meant to, like comfortably.
Were
It's
they
not.
doing that last season though?
What's that? Who?
Were
Chelsea?
they doing that last season though?
Not at this start of the season, because that not this part of the season. But you also have to remember, Pochettino started to steady the ship, got them into 2 finals, and then still got fired. Right? Would he have done that? I believe he would have been doing probably better than Maresca right now. Right? And I
Right,
think
yeah.
the key thing is when you keep chopping and changing managers, right? You have to
Yeah.
take time to allow for style, allow for the new players to come in, blah blah blah. Right? And you can see that they're scoring, but they're actually still open they're conceding a lot of goals, right? So that's why I'm thinking, do you know what, Cole Palmer, in my opinion, I'm in line with Trim. I think he's the best player in the Prem right now.
Easy.
And not the best player in the Prem right now. He's firing right now. If he doesn't, you're in trouble, right? Because your aim is to outscore teams, and your defense isn't that good. Even if you look at the names of the people in defense, Badiashi, Fofana, Cucurella, Sanchez is, Spanish Ramsdale. Do you know what I mean? Like he has his times when he loses it. You're like, what's going on? And you'd be like, but he has his days when he looks brilliant. So that's why I'm just like, okay, cool. And then I think Caicedo's settled in. Enzo has found a spot, and he kind of settled into that spot. And then obviously you've got Jackson that's in good form right now. And I think the key thing is to keep your players in form as long as possible, avoid injuries, and just keep the confidence high. But I think the overall quality will end up showing. They will finish top 6, but I think that, that's not much different from where they finished last season. Is that really the improvement that they're looking for?
You don't think that they can make it to the top 4?
No.
The reason why I think that they're doing well is because whether you say...
Wait, hold on a minute. Wait. Tequila 316 says Chelsea are wank me. That's fair.
You know what it is? They're getting the results.
No,
They're getting
Lord.
the results.
Can't keep that out for too long. Pause.
Yeah, I mean, so did Ten Hag, right? So did Ten Hag, right? And the thing is what we look at when we look at a run of games. What is you're getting the results against the teams you're meant to get the results. Is what is going to be your, how you're going to handle a scenario when the team's hard to beat. How are you going to deal with that? The difference, like a Brighton, they play open football, they play a high line, they play that, right? So if you can just beat their attack, then it's just attack versus attack, right? But when you play against a team where their defense is hard to beat, and they've got a good attack, what do you do? And that, comes against, comes apparent when they played against Man City. Even when they played against Crystal Palace, they were hard to beat, and they're not doing great. But for me, again, I'm not saying that they are turning a corner, as in they're going, the only way is up. I would like to see them in a few tough games, and then I could say, yeah, they're definitely turning a corner. Yeah. On that note, as I mentioned, Mr. 10, and we've been on this for just over 10 minutes. How about we say 10 in or 10 out? So I know none of us are Man United fans on the call, but I mean,
sorry, real quickly. Sorry, shouts out to Tequila. Big up, mate. Nice one. So, thank you for joining the show.
Personally, I'm 10 in. I think they should build a statue for him. I think they should build a house next to the stadium so he can live close to Old Trafford. I think that the players should respect him. And they always have to consider that Ajax still exists, so there's more players he can buy from there. But anyway, what's your lot's opinion?
I'm fully 10 in. Fully 10 Hag in for Man United. It's a great time for them. They're winning trophies. They're happy people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man United fans have never seen so happy to get a League Cup, and some fans I know were saying they don't even care about the FA Cup. And last year they're ranting and raving now, yep, we've got a trophy and happy as Larry. But yeah, Ten Hag in. Me personally, as an Arsenal fan, I think he's doing a splendid job. It's absolutely splendid job.
Perfect. What about you, Trip?
I think Ten Hag out. I think it's the way I feel about. I've always said, and it's never going to change. For me, it's about the football. It's about how the Premiership's looked at, and the amount of and also the teams that are in the Premiership. I feel like Ten Hag has dragged the Premiership down ridiculously, makes us look so.
The
So
Premiership as a whole.
I think so. Well, do you know what it is? Man United are seen across the world. They're seen as one of the biggest clubs in the world, and what he's doing, like the fact that Man United are still willing to keep him in, isn't doing us any favors. You get what I'm saying? We want to bring the best players over.
Oh, we're fine with
So-
10 being in. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I'm
I'm fine. You
confused.
Yeah,
fine,
I
Ren,
get
with 10 in? Yeah, we're
I get
fine.
it. I get it because but that's the that's for banter value. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
but there's an entertainment factor to it. I don't think that they play poor football. I don't think Man
Okay.
United play poor football.
They played
all.
really, really well this weekend. So yeah, I
That's
hear
what,
you.
in my opinion, like, I think that they played well. Like, I think that they were very attacking and they
Yeah.
tried to score against Spurs.
Toe to toe.
Yeah, seriously. I commend them.
They tried to go toe to toe. But it's well, that's just how I feel about, like, for me, like, I would just want to see the best football and I want it to be competitive. When we're playing against Man United, I want it to be like, oh, this is going to be a very difficult game. And at the moment, that isn't the case. Hold on, what's he saying? Tequila's saying United ain't that bad, and it's just the end. It's just at the end of this manager's lifespan. Yeah, I agree.
But they've been
We
saying
can,
that for many managers, though. I can't think of a manager, and I know you can't fill the boots of Alex Ferguson, yeah? But I can't think of one manager that they've liked or the Man United fans I'm around have liked. Not one. Do you know any that's been happy with?
Yeah.
With,
I think
with
the
their
thing
managers?
is the problem is with now. I think the problem is now that being a manager, you need to win the popularity contest. You need to win the popularity contest, and the problem is the easiest way to win the popularity contest is to win games. Now, I feel if as an outsider looking in, I don't know what type of person Ten Hag is, right? You know, like at least with Ange, he's like, yeah, mate, everything's mate. Yeah, now just get on with it, mate. Right? So you could say this guy's a top geezer, top lad. Like
yeah,
I
you
can
know
buy
it.
into a man that's honest and
Into
straight to it. You know, like Pep is an actor, great theatrics. Like Jose had his own personality. Ten Hag is just he's got like he's zero banter. You can tell he
Robocop.
doesn't even make his own kids laugh. Like he's that kind of guy. Like there's nothing to him. So how do you buy into someone who has no personality and has no results? And you can't see. And I
2
imagine even the
trophies.
players was that. Yeah, but even the players are looking for it. Like I don't know whether I should respect this guy. I have to respect him because he's my manager, but I don't know if I should rate him like that because there's the man management is lacking, and I think that's what I think there's other managers with those same players that get better results and have a better idea of what they want from these players. I just think that he's kind of lost it. I don't think he fully comprehends what he wants, and he's so focused on being rigid in the way he wants to do things that he's missing something.
We've got a comment from Tiny Godfather. What does it say? Sorry, it's a bit too small for me to read it.
Why
Was
would
that
anyone be happy with a losing manager? Renz, did you like Arteta when he was losing?
No, I didn't
Okay,
like.
I'll let you answer that. You didn't
No,
like.
I didn't.
But
I
the
wasn't.
difference
I
is,
wasn't. I didn't buy into the process at that time. And then after, I saw the changes that were implemented, and I saw the style of play that he was trying to get, which he couldn't get out of the players that he had prior. When I wasn't feeling the management of Arteta.
fair enough?
yeah, exactly.
I feel that
So,
answers you, Tiny.
Tequila, are you a Man United fan? Can I ask? If you're still with us. All right,
So what
we'll wait until he
while we wait for him
replies.
to respond, what I would say
Yeah.
is that
Yes,
every single manager,
Spurs
Spurs
fan.
fan.
Okay, he
Okay,
said it's
cool.
who
So
we
he's
are.
happy with
I
the
didn't get it.
result.
Okay.
But
It's
every single manager that people can buy into, right, you'll get a bit more time. And I think like whether it's a manager like Eddie Howe, if he wasn't doing well at a big club, then it's focused on just results. But the fans would be like, "No, I respect him. He's done this, he's done that. Like, I love him for doing this." But the point is you need to understand that I'm here for the club. I'm here because I want the best for the club, as opposed to Ten Hag kind of is just focused on his own, like, I don't know. It feels like it's his own ego-driven things. It doesn't. I don't know. I can't see that connection. Whereas you see other managers, they talk about what they want to do and how they want to do it and what they want to bring to the club. But I don't know. What do you think there, Mr. Mr. Trimmer? Imagine, and this is interesting for you because you have a new manager. If his results were to tail off, would you turn?
So
I think
it's an Ange quote.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's I was just working out what Tequila was saying, but because when he said that's who we are, it was based on the Ange Postecoglou
Yes.
comment, so it makes sense now, and I
Exactly.
appreciate it for that, man. Yeah.
And that's why they love him, because it's who we are,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So, but with would I turn? I think if I had the only reason why the turn could be a possibility is if after, as long as Ten's been at United, I wouldn't think that was unfair. But if that was to happen to if that was the situation that happened at Liverpool currently, I couldn't do that. I'd have to give him some time. I think he'd need time. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can compare the two. If I'm being honest. So yeah. I hope it doesn't. I don't want to talk about anything like that right now. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think we should really, really concentrate on 10.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because
Yeah.
one, it feels like you've bought into him so far, right?
Yes.
And now when we look at how far Arsenal, Liverpool, City are from Man United, because you mentioned about them being one of the biggest clubs in the
Yes.
world, all right? And that distance and that separation is important to understand, because you've got a new manager and the direction you're heading in looks like the kind of direction. We spoke about Chelsea. It looks like the kind of direction they want to go in. But this manager, it's like,
Yeah.
it kind of looked like it and then it wasn't. And then a cup kind of kept them where they wanted to be. They're in
Yeah.
Champions League. Cool. The difference between them and winning the league was very far, but still they got into Champions League. They got a cup. Brilliant. They failed horribly in Champions League. They failed horribly in the league, but a good run covered that up and they stayed in, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of fans, and not just Man United fans, but a lot of fans will look at the success and think about the banter and say, yes, I wanted a cup. I've got a cup. Ha ha, you never got a cup. Ha 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 ha. But the direction that the club is going in is what is scary. Because now we're going through this again and it's unraveling again. So with that in mind, right, moving on to the next topic, you are currently top of the league, right?
Liverpool.
With the manager you have, with the squad you have, right?
Yeah.
You've got Arsenal, Liverpool, and City at the top. Would you consider yourself now one of the favourites?
Based on probability in the team that we've got, I could see why that would look like that, but nothing's changed. I don't think anything's changed as far as the bookies see it, because I think City are still top, even though they've lost Rodri. Arsenal are still second, and Liverpool are still third. I think it might be close depending on different bookies or whatever. But from what I've looked at, the actual if we're basing it on my opinions, again, what I said earlier is we haven't played anyone challenging us yet. So yeah, I don't see Liverpool as favourites.
Okay.
I say that nervously, but if we were to win the Premiership again so soon, yeah, that would be cool. Me say yeah, nah. I'd be happy with that for real. But but yourselves, like obviously Arsenal are doing very well. As we already know, something unfortunate happened to Rodri. We won't go too well. We're going to speak about it in a little while, but he got injured in the game against yourselves. Do you guys see yourselves as favourites, or feel like at the end of the season you can you can be happy to say that you'll be lifting the Premiership trophy?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would like to think so. In all honesty,
Yeah,
I really would like to think so, but I've watched the last two seasons and we came so close. Unless we just outright, I don't even think we can do that. I think on the first occasion we
yeah,
looked outright champions and then we failed, and but I think that we look stronger. Like I'm really impressed with Arsenal. I do think that we're up there, and it's definitely a possibility that we can, like third time lucky. But I'm definitely cautious. That's why I wanted to win it before, so it wouldn't be so tense. Like right now, like we will look like bottlers. Like we will be bottlers if that's the case. Like we get there and yeah. There's no. You've got the experience. You got the experience of the past 2 years. So yeah, Arsenal are definitely up there. It's not outright that they'll win it. Man City are Man City, and Liverpool. They've got new motivation. So I think anything's possible. One of those three, I believe, if things are as they stand by December going into the new year, it's not going to be easy. If somebody ain't able to create a gap, yeah, it's not going to be easy.
What do you think, JR?
I think we are favourites. I'm not saying will definitely win, but I think we're in a better position. The question is everyone else in a better position than they were? Because as you improve, so do others. I still
Mm,
don't think Man City have improved significantly since last season. Yes, they
okay,
got Savinho, and
he's good.
he was their only signing, like really, in him and Gundogan. Um, and I
Yeah,
think to myself, over last season, they they needed they needed their squad. So Foden was obviously the Premier League Player of the Year. He needed to shine. At the moment, he's just coming in and out of the team. He joined late, so I'm not going to put any kind of focal point on him. But
yeah,
they need him to shine, and if he doesn't, they're in trouble. De Bruyne is injured as well, and now they've got Rodri injured. So with Arsenal, one thing that gives me confidence is we look at our results, we look at who we played, and we look at how we overcome them. So we've played Villa, which we won. We played Brighton, which we drew under
yeah,
10 men. And we played Tottenham away, which we won. Atlanta away, which we drew. And Man City away, which we all know how that happened. And then we played
yeah,
Bolton, and we won 5-1, and we played Leicester. So every other than Leicester and Bolton, every team we've played has been a team that of significant like respect. Like even though Tottenham are bottlers, they always finish in Europe. Basically, they always finish in that position. They always finish high. They always give
yeah,
a tough game. Brighton, at the point that we played them, were in top form. They hadn't lost a game. Aston Villa obviously were our bogey team last season. One of them we lost to them twice, as well as
big six
Fulham.
points. Yeah,
And we beat them away, right? Beat them away, and they have an excellent record at home. And then Man City away, which we were 1 minute away from winning. We all know what
Oh
happened with the send-off,
man.
right? So if we look at how those results, and
Mm-hmm.
even Leicester winning 4-2, right, in extra time, those results are
Injury time.
definitely in injury time. Sorry, are definitely significant when we think about where we are as a team, right?
Good.
Being able to score those goals in those moments. When you're in the running and you're in the final 10 games, it's like you've got everything to fight for. But in our first 10 games, you can really like lose the mental capacity to feel that, you know what, if we lose now, it doesn't matter. But I
Yeah.
feel like we're in a different place. I feel like our players have significantly improved us. And I think that even playing without Odegaard, which we have for the last 3 games, has meant we've had to find different solutions and allowed people to come through. Timber as well, he feels like a new signing. So
Well,
yeah,
he is a new
I
signing, isn't it? He ain't played any games, has he? Hardly. I think he's a brilliant player, though. That's not even me being a donor, but you know, like I think, yeah, he, I like a lot. That what's his name? That Calafiori's goal against City was top draw as well. He smashed it.
mad.
But yeah,
Yeah,
interesting times. I think that you. How do you guys feel about your squad? Because you don't have the biggest squad in the world, do you?
No, definitely not. But hopefully we can stay injury free, and that's just the main thing.
How do you think that's possible with the amount of games that we've got with Champions League and all the domestic cups and the Premiership?
I don't really know because this guy really likes to play the same team. I really don't
you know,
understand, but
Yeah,
you know, you know what? Like, I think what's interesting. It's going to be like an interesting problem. I read what a commentator, what a journalist said about Arsenal, and the difference between Arsenal is we haven't necessarily raised the ceiling, but we've raised the floor, right? So bringing in Calafiori is an improvement on Kyrgios, all right. Timber
big
coming
time.
back
So
is
far,
some
because it is
extent.
still early doors. So
Yeah,
far,
yeah, to some extent, but the way we play, right, is totally different. What the attributes he has is an improvement on Kyrgios. I'm not saying definitely he's a out and out defender better than Kyrgios, but the attributes he has improves us,
better
right?
footballer.
And exactly. So where we had Nketiah on the bench, where we had Nelson on the bench, where we had Smith Rowe, right? We couldn't rely on them being fit, and we couldn't rely on them always to come against big teams and do anything. Our new floor is, Jesus is starting from the bench, right?
Yeah,
When when now we look at our bench, we've got Marino on the bench, right? And we haven't seen him in the Prem, but we've seen what he's done elsewhere. We've got Nweri, like who's a
he
young
looks good.
prodigy, right? He looks good. We're still not playing with our captain, right? So they've got coming. We've got Tomiyasu, who's going to be on the bench, right? We've got
So
these
he's going to be on the
players.
table.
What's that?
I said he's going to be on the table. He's always
Yeah,
injured,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But
He's
but
always injured.
when he is fit, he's a baller.
Exactly. So our
Really, really good
benchmark
player.
is higher than it was, and that's the difference. Our benchmark is higher than it was, so
Yes.
that's where I feel like if in those moments we need a player, we have a better option to reach for. When you look at your bench and you're thinking, let's see if you can do something, like, and you don't really have anyone there. We've got
Yeah.
Sterling on the bench, right? We've got
Wow.
Do
Baller.
you know what I mean? We've got all these options. But yeah, we'll
Saliba
see.
was messing about there, boy. Yo, but he almost got
listen,
dispossessed.
listen. Oh my gosh.
Did you see that? That was wild.
That was wild. That was wild. That really was.
Yeah.
That really was.
Yeah, the
But
game
yeah,
seems good. Game seems good. This your lad in the middle, in the centre midfield, I like him, man. The young lad. Number 12.
Oh, Timber.
Is it
uh,
Timber come into the middle? No?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's on the right.
yeah. He's
Okay,
all right.
no. Oh yeah. Oh shoot. He well no, I just saw him playing centre midfield. I was like, what the hell? Cool. Yeah, man.
He's just inverting. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
inverted
cool.
all right.
So
Bloody hell, he was
now
on the
Mindset.
center. He was on the center circle to us. Bad man. He's such a
Okay,
baller. I don't.
okay,
It's not. It's not.
okay,
It's not. It's not the
okay,
Arsenal happy
okay.
what did he
1-0.
do?
Arsenal and all of that.
Kai
Oh,
Havertz.
oh, what a goal! Is that
Kai
King Kai?
Havertz. King Kai.
1-0. 1-0. King Kai against PSG. Man flew through the air like Super Ted. Bad man. Bad man. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, the
No,
shit.
do you know
But
what?
anyway,
Yeah.
let's
I
talk.
appreciate Kai
But
Havertz.
we're talking about stuff, yeah. And look at that. Even just with what Kai Havertz has just done, you know what I mean? We can't not say, and he's not. What would you say? He's not an out and out goal scorer,
He's
but
not an out and
he's
out goal scorer. He's found a way to be a goal scorer, but he's not an out and out goal scorer. He's not a player that is saying, give me the ball, I'm going to spin and shoot." He's just drifting into those pockets, finding good space, and then shooting or headering. I don't even know how he scored.
he came in. It was
That was
like
a brave
it was
header.
like
That was a brave
you know,
header.
like when Lampard, the Lampard of old come late and just finish the ball, but he did it with his head. Different.
Okay.
The timing. Yeah, I respect it. So yeah,
Cool.
I hope no one
All right.
says that I'm against Arsenal. That was I like I said, I love good football, and if I see stuff like that, I'm always gonna big up whoever did it. I don't care. Could be
Big
Everton.
up to Trim on. Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll keep
Cool.
it 100, man.
So next subject then.
Yep.
So talking about the other favourites, City, they have lost what arguably the best DM in the world.
In the world.
Arguably the best DM in the world. And
I
when
don't
he
think it's
plays,
arguable.
they do not lose. That is statistic. When he plays, they basically don't lose. Right?
I think
So
isn't it like how many years has it been since he lost in
it's something like
centre midfield?
71 games or something. He's like he's lost in the Prem when he's played, something like that.
Unbelievable. And because he's not, he's not all of these thrills and stuff like that. I know I mentioned that. I think Cole Palmer, has been the best player in the Prem and that. Yeah. Apart from him, it would have to be Rodri, no?
Yeah. So
As far as success.
Yeah, because Rodri scores goals as well.
Yeah. Really.
I think what might save. Sorry, go on.
That is that 59 games in.
Yeah.
Man City lost one game in 59 games when he's played. When he started.
So
That's
close
good.
to 2 games the other day, man. So close.
Yeah.
I think as well, it's crazy because that's something else, man. It's not even like like some players they did it just at home, like Van Dijk or Mane. Who else smashed it at home? I think it was Van Dijk as well. But
he had a banging home record until last season.
Really
right?
good home record. But Rodri just does it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where he is, wherever he resides, he just does his job. So I think that it's going to have a huge impact on. I think it's going to have a huge impact on Man City, especially without De Bruyne in the team as well. I think that puts a lot of strain on them. Well, we saw it. We saw it this week, didn't we? Last week, sorry.
No, against Newcastle. Yeah, this weekend.
If they didn't get Ilkay Gundogan back, it would be a major problem for them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think he's underrated. Not that he's underrated, but like he just goes under the radar. He's
Gundogan.
phenomenal. Yeah.
He wasn't he their top goal scorer?
Yeah,
the season before last.
Yeah, he scored majorly important goals. He scored
such a baller. I was surprised that what's his name got sold him in the first place. Was that what was that?
Free. He left on a free.
Yeah, one of the free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't
Yeah.
want to sign. Clearly,
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think
the
that they
thing is,
wanted to give him a long enough contract. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but then again, it's a
yeah,
new
they
challenge,
took
and
you
he's
ass
won
back though.
everything at City.
Yeah, it's a new challenge. You go to play for Barcelona.
You got that on your CV.
Yeah, living.
Yeah.
Now what a
But yeah,
baller,
Yeah,
man.
I think it will definitely impact their chances just because of how much they rely on him. And I think that when you look at the alternatives to Rodri
Yeah,
in their current midfield is essentially Kovacic or
oh,
Nunes.
played.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was saying. So yeah, Kovacic, and they're just not even close.
yeah. No, he's not. But at the same time, Kovacic, I think, it has improved. Do you think he's improved at City, or was it
Well,
because Chelsea weren't doing that well?
I mean, it's hard because City's a team that there's not a team that City play against in the world where they play a different way. So it's hard to say you'll improve if you're always in possession of the ball.
Yeah,
Like, how do you know that you've improved? Like, you're always going to look good when you're in possession of the ball. When you're not in possession of the ball, so like as an example, Kovacic will play for Croatia, and sometimes he's not in possession of the ball, and he'll still
but
look like a good player, right? But when you're going to Man City, I think I've always thought Kovacic was a really good player, but I think he lacks goals. For a person
yeah,
who's such a good dribbler, and he can hit the ball. We've seen him. I think he scored 1 goal this season.
right,
But in general, he doesn't get more than a handful of goals a season. And he's a person that carries the ball. He can shoot. He doesn't get as many assists. And I think that's the side of his game that he needs to do a bit
yeah.
more.
But
I hear you. Is Kovacic a number 8?
I see him as a number 8.
yeah,
He's always played further than ahead of the DM and
just
kind of
yeah,
just played box to box.
Yeah, but in that City team, man, you don't really need to be that creative if you get what I'm saying. You might have a role. This is your role. Complete your role, and that's it. There might
yeah.
not be no
Okay.
creative elements in there.
All right. Well, yeah, I think with the Rodri situation, he's out for the season. So not much is going to be happening in that sense. I don't know who's going to be able to step in and fill his boots. Barely
No
been.
one.
No, it's impossible, isn't it? Who does? Who does
No
that?
one. No one. No
Who's a
one.
short-term
If you can,
stopgap? No
you can
one.
name me.
Supposedly, they've been
Yeah,
linked with a few players, right?
yeah,
They've been linked with Edison from Atlanta,
yeah,
who's actually quite a good player.
yeah.
And they've been linked with Wharton, who had his
Oh
hype and
yeah,
now has gone down. But maybe in the Man City team, he'll look really good.
mad. Yeah, could do.
They were linked with someone else. I can't think off the top of my head, but they've been linked with a few players. But I
Ooh.
think that
Could be.
Yeah, go on.
they need to deal with that because of how important that is to the way they play. He's so secure in possession that it means that players can move forward and just look for a forward pass. And
Yeah,
it means that the way that other teams can't press, like
beaten.
he's pressing. Yeah, it's so difficult.
Yeah,
But let's see where they are, because if they're at top of the league
yep.
and 5 points clear, then maybe they might think, you know what, we're all right.
Do you think? Who do you think is going to be top of the league by Christmas?
I think get through October.
Yeah, there's a lot of mad games coming up.
Yes,
Oh, it's going to get
yes,
spicy.
Yeah. I couldn't
yes,
tell you, man. I couldn't tell you if it's going to be potluck. It's going to be
yes.
potluck because everybody's just waiting for It's like a sniff of blood, like just for you to drop any points. They're just waiting.
Yes.
Arsenal, Man City, or Liverpool.
Can I
When you
ask how you
lose
lot
or
feel?
draw,
Can I ask how you lot feel about this kicking away of the ball thing that's been happening as well? and the inconsistencies, because there's players that are getting away with it, and then there's other people that aren't.
Well, do you know what? The way it
Oh.
makes me feel present is just that if it's Arsenal, call them. If it's not, play on.
Oh, that's mad. Okay.
I'm very similar because the thing
Yeah.
is like it's just the inconsistency. I don't the rule is very like it's unnecessary, but it's just inconsistent. Like it is a part of football. How
Yes.
much does it delay the football, right? How much does it really stop that? Like you have to, for me, use context. If I kick
Yeah.
the ball back 3 yards, right? That's that's just making sure that the ball goes back to where it goes. If I hit the ball to the side 1 yard,
Yeah.
cool, that's fine. But if I boot the ball away, yeah, cool. I understand that, right? If the ball, what happened? Why is everyone's face like that?
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to Calafiori. Man, it's like he put on Wellingtons or something. Because whoever
Hakimi
was on the
is
right wing just
rapid.
peppered him.
Hakimi's rapid.
What?
Rapid.
Yeah, but
Rapid.
Arsenal can't have. Nah, I can't believe how slow that guy was running.
He
Mate,
weren't
I know.
running slow. It's
Nah,
just the other players
it
that
might have
much
just had the run
faster.
in him as well.
Yeah.
It might have
Yeah.
just had the run. The timing might have been 10 out of 10.
Saliba,
So it's
careful.
difficult. Let's see what's happening. What?
I'm not even watching it still, so I'm just,
You're not.
I'm living
I don't know
through
how
you.
you can't.
Nah, I
Yeah.
can't
Too
concentrate.
exciting, man.
I can't concentrate.
Arsenal actually holding their own. I can't lie. So
No, I can't concentrate. I wouldn't be able to do both.
fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's keep it
Oh, yeah.
moving.
Moving on to the winners and losers for the week. So
Yep.
now, who would you say as your winners and losers for the week? We'll start with you, Trim.
I think the winners have got to be, for me, Chelsea. I think because no one thought that. I know that they haven't. Well, it's been said that they haven't really played anyone and stuff like that. But compared to other teams and how, for example, Man United and what they're experiencing, because it was up and down for Chelsea, just like it was for Man United. They're now not going through that. They've got a new manager, and it seems to be going in the right direction. So, I think I'd have to say Chelsea. I'd like to say Liverpool, but I'm stick with Chelsea. Or just
Cool.
Cole Palmer.
All right. What about what about you, Renz?
I think that Liverpool are the winners of the week. Surely because they've just gone under the radar and just been fairly consistent, and they got the points on the table. So yeah, I would definitely say Liverpool. And the losers of this week, I don't want to say Man United.
Wolves.
No, but the expectation. Like, did you expect Wolves to do anything that they ain't done? This is it. So like,
No.
no, I'm not going to say Man United because they got Bruno Fernandes sent off and the red card was overturned. So yeah, I'll go with Wolves.
Fair enough. What were you saying, JR? Who is your winners and losers of the week?
So I would say I'd say my losers of the week are Crystal Palace. And I've said that
Ooh.
before, right? They are so poor, right? And I've spoken
Yeah.
to some Palace fans and they're very upset. They're very upset about how they're playing defensively. Attacking is okay, but
Yeah.
defensively, they're just really, really pissed about it. Like, and I understand. They sold Anderson.
I was gonna say.
They were gonna sell Gay, but they're just getting rid of all their defense, and now they've gone from being a team that people feared towards the last 10 games of the season to being a team that will get slapped up. And I know they lost Anderson and Elise.
Big
but
time. Huge. He's killing it.
Yeah,
he's
Why is he so
great.
sick? Is it? I was
Yeah.
watching Elise. Yeah, I was watching the best of Elise. Yeah, and I was thinking, is it because it's the German league? And I was thinking to myself, it can't be that easy. Where it looks like he's playing in the. It looks like Elise is playing in the school playground.
2-0.
Yes, I heard my housemate was
Another. What's his
wondering what
name?
he's shouting about.
Who gets the
Who scored?
assist? Partey.
Saka, innit?
Saka gets the assist. Didn't it go through to another player? Didn't it hit another
Yeah, but-
Arsenal player before?
I don't know. I thought Saka crossed it and then it got hit him. And
Saka took the free kick, then it
Yeah.
went through to another player, and then Partey, I don't know. I want to see the replay. Let's have a look
No,
at
I
this.
think Saka scored.
Oh, didn't touch. Everybody's onside.
Saka
Who's
scored.
that? Who's that? Havertz. No, Martin. Who's that, bro?
Missed. They all missed, bro.
It said
Okay.
Saka scored.
They all
On the
missed.
thing, it
Saka
said
scored.
Great goal. Yeah, he didn't touch it. Martinelli never touched it. Partey never touched it. But they're running and skinning teeth. Like, you see my goal?
He ran right to Saka.
Nah,
He
that looked
ran right
Partey.
to
It looked like
Saka.
it touched Partey. Look, Martinelli thinks he scored as well.
No.
This thinks he scored.
He ran straight to.
This thinks that Martinelli
Kane is
scored.
claiming it. Harry Kane's claiming it.
Killing
But
me.
yeah. Anyway, to wrap up, so we can all
Come
go
on.
do our doing. So Crystal Palace are my losers of the week because
Yeah.
they've lost again. And currently in the table, they're in a relegation battle. They are
Big time.
18th, right? They are 18th, which they're -4 goal difference. They're 18th, so they are the losers of the week. And my winners of the week, right?
So
I'm gonna say my winners of the week are Newcastle, for drawing
Okay.
against Man City and looking like they could have got a win.
more.
Right?
Yeah, they could have got more.
They could have got more. Like they were playing at home.
Didn't capitalize.
Yeah, they could look like they could have got more. They look equal to City in many ways, so I respect them for that. So I'm going to put them as the winners of this week.
Love it. Okay. Well,
Wicked.
yeah, it was a good show. Good little roundup. Everything, all of the topics and everything was tight. So, yeah, man, enjoyed
Wicked.
it. Wicked, man.
All right. Well, thank you for everyone
Until next
coming.
time.
Don't trip on your way out. All right. See you all. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye, double bass, Nika.
It's not playing.
Try again.
Double bass, Nika.
Okay, cool. I'm absolutely
Hold on, let me
boiling
end
now.
it.